the John Cena heel turn. What could have been at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas? Now that Mania season is over, looking back on the 6 weeks that WWE had to build up Big Match Johnny's big character change to a bad guy, it's hard not to look at anything as anything but a flop in the eyes of many. Many are calling it that, yeah. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kellum. Let us know what you think of the past run into WrestleMania for John Cena, the heel turn, all of it. Get in the comments below. Let us know what you feel, what you think, and subscribe to Sportskeeda Wrestling. Get us to 200,000 subscribers. We aren't calling this heel turn by Jonathan Cena as a whole a flop because he's still got 8 months left on his big, much-advertised farewell tour of in-ring competition, which will wrap up at the end of the calendar year of 2025. The Twist of Cena, a beloved figure, being a villain is a risky one when you objectively pull back and look at it. However, in the lead-up to WrestleMania 41 specifically, that WWE completely may have butchered what should have been one of the moments of the wrestling century. So how exactly did that happen? How did WWE pull off a moment of the year, possibly the moment of the decade, for some of it to be squandered within a few weeks? Join us as we dive into this and look into what has gone wrong with John Cena's heel turn and the road to WrestleMania. When the heel turn happened at Elimination Chamber 2025, there wasn't a single jaw on the floor, mine included. I was there. It was incredible. WWE did the unthinkable. They did something that fans thought would never happen. It was the equivalent of watching Superman turn into the villain. The difference between Cena and Superman is that unlike WWE, DC pulled the trigger on a Superman heel turn in the comic books. That didn't happen for 20 years of John Cena, so when it did happen, it was surreal. The internet was buzzing with excitement over heel turn John Cena. With popular rapper Travis Scott at his side and The Rock getting him to turn bad, it was building so many questions. What could happen? What were the possibilities? Was Cena going to win his record-breaking 17th world title as a villain? Was he going to get new gear and new music and a new attitude? What was The Rock's role in all of this? The anticipation and the intrigue was high. We left WrestleMania, though, with maybe some unfortunate answers and not nearly as many intriguing questions. For one, WWE started maybe on the wrong foot, rather coming out of Elimination Chamber into Mania, where maybe the follow-up promo 2 nights afterwards on Monday Night Raw would have been great, but WWE waited a whopping 2 weeks before Cena returned to television. And we know that Cena is a busy guy. He makes a lot of movies. He's busy making movies. But the fact is, maybe they waited too long and that killed the momentum. But alright, scheduling conflicts happen, not WWE's fault. This is John Cena. He's busy, right? Well, the problem started when he began to speak in his first of 4 appearances on the road to Mania. He told the fans that they weren't going to get anything. No new music, no new gear, no new edgy attitude. That was something I guess people really wanted and supplanted in their mind before it even happened. So again, WWE stuck with that though. The you get nothing aspect of it is fine. It works. He's a heel. He's supposed to aggravate you. So yeah, WWE delivered on that. So what about everything else? What about the fact that Cody Rhodes wasn't really addressed in those initial promos? What was the logic behind Cena turning on the fans when it had been a good 8 or 9 years since he started getting unanimously cheered by fans and loved and respected even by the fans who used to boo him? What about the fact that The Rock's involvement wasn't really addressed much at all beyond a surface level comment by Cody Rhodes? In the first of the 2 out of 3 appearances that Cena made in March and early April, it's just that one segment on Raw in London and the UK that really delivered. The rest made Cena look bad, and it did zero to follow up the incredible moment of the 2025 Elimination Chamber. But when you look at the backstory of the heel turn, things start to get even more out there, outlandish. It was indirectly revealed by The Rock on the Pat McAfee show after WrestleMania that maybe there wasn't that much of a hard plan in place. Just a few weeks out, Ari Emanuel, WWE executive, called The Rock to get him to boost ticket sales for Elimination Chamber, which was selling well. I was there. Over, 37,000 people attended. The Rock called him back back and pitched the idea of Cody Rhodes selling his soul, and obviously he had to be talked sense to as to why that would happen, and nobody higher up in WWE wanted to see Cody turn heel, not yet anyway, and fans aren't exactly there either. After being told that Cody couldn't turn heel, John Cena was the second choice. So just imagine John Cena's heel turn, a moment that should have been planned maybe months in advance, could have been put together in a matter of weeks. John Cena, of course, being absolutely as a pro, went along with it and delivered on the mission, because he's already halfway out the door anyway, or at least seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Cena was never a big politicker to begin with, and he's always stated that he's the type of guy to show up and work and do what he's told and play the plan. But the entire scramble with The Rock and the shuffling of the creative plans had a clear effect on Cena's perception. Still, it doesn't change the fact that the idea of WWE's creative team didn't exactly maybe come to complete fruition. On an appearance on the High Performance podcast, WWE's chief creative officer, Triple H, essentially revealed that his vision for the John Cena heel turn was there. It was to present John Cena as someone who was desperate to recapture the glory one last time and make history at any cost, and someone who is willing to go to depths he was never going to before in order to achieve that record-breaking 17th world title. It was a simple, straightforward story with logic to it, but that wasn't what we got on TV. Instead, we got a Cena being angry at the fans for booing him without a clear, defined explanation of the heel turn, beyond "I'm just angry at you." As for why that story wasn't communicated on TV distinctly, we still have to wait and see how things play out. What we're left with is Cena's, yes, John Cena's final WrestleMania match. A match that isn't going to be looked back on kindly by history. It's not the type of match or moment that's going to be replayed time and time again. And that's why the heel turn was a failure leading up to WrestleMania 41. Once again, at least so far. Truth be told, the best possible thing that could have been done is to save the heel turn for WrestleMania itself. It wouldn't have created the same type of anticipation that was immediately post-Elimination Chamber, but considering that all the hype was squandered in just 3 weeks, it wouldn't have been better to maybe end WrestleMania with that type of shocking moment. Some of you fans were also watching from the Attitude Era perspective probably remember WrestleMania 17 when the shocking finish saw Stone Cold Steve Austin turn heel and aligned himself with Mr. McMahon. It was a shocker, and it was also maybe one of the best WrestleManias of all time. But the decision to turn Austin was kind of bad for business. There's a caveat there. It's completely different from the Cena situation. For one, Austin was very much still on top in 2001, and John Cena has one foot out the door in the present. Fans weren't ready to see Austin turn heel, and they were very much ready to see maybe John Cena turn heel and do something fresh before he wrapped it up. The idea of ending WrestleMania with a shocking heel turn by John Cena would kick off his 17th world title reign as something very different. There would have been no Travis Scott interruption needed, and most certainly we wouldn't have needed The Rock there either. It could have been simple, just a low blow, yeah, and a 1, 2, 3, everyone stunned, 60,000 people, yeah, creating a parallel moment to WrestleMania 17, only this time it would have opposite results. The idea of Cena winning world title number 17 as a heel was always fantastic on paper. It was the execution that flopped. Ultimately, you can go back and change anything you want, so only WWE can focus on what they have now and the future in front of them, and how the heel turn of John Cena will play out going forward till the end of his career at the end of 2025. One of the best steps they can take is to essentially sever The Rock's ties to the storyline, because he's proven time and time again that maybe he doesn't have the ability to pay things off the way he may intend to and play the role that maybe he meant to at the beginning of the story. Also, John Cena's a heel. He's supposed to be hated in all of this. And I guess even if you're a fantasy booking fanatic or someone who's just angry about it, that's kind of the idea, right? It's hard not to imagine, though, a scenario where John Cena turns babyface and is a hero before his career wraps up. There's undoubtedly a time to salvage this run, and hopefully WWE can make the most of it without really butchering it in a way that they may have already done in the 6 weeks leading up to WrestleMania 41. Let us know if you agree. Yeah, is it butchered? Did they fail? Yeah, as always, let us know in the comments below.